Hi guys, it's me, Christina. So I asked you in my last video if you guys like this kind of talking to the camera, follow me around, like vlog style videos, and overwhelmingly a lot of you said yes. So I'm going to try to film more of these, showing you my day-to-day life and updating you on appointments and procedures and imaging and stuff like that. I just really want to thank you guys so much for all of the sweet comments and messages on my last video on my Instagram about my jugular stenting procedure. I'm officially 1 week post-op and I am feeling pretty darn good. I know I said in the last video that I felt like it was kind of too soon to commit to symptom changes. Like I didn't want to say something and then have it come back in the next day. But now it's been a week. I've been kind of trying to go about my everyday activities, and I have definitely noticed a lot of changes. I feel so much better. My walking is better, like you guys saw. I feel like I can pick up my feet again and coordinate my steps, and it's just really wonderful. Also, I have had significant change in my vision. I always had double vision, and it was like double and blurry, and things would move and I'd see spots. So my vision wasn't great. And now it's almost like weird how clear it is. As soon as I woke up from surgery, I opened my eyes and I was like, no way, it can't be. I still have to be careful not to strain them, because like anything else, they can become deconditioned and I just don't want to overdo it. My breathing is a lot better. They're ringing in my ears. My headaches are a lot better. Like bathroom changes, like bowel bladder function, a-okay. Everything feels pretty good. And I'm very happy with the procedure. The one thing that I can say is that I am exhausted. I'm not sure if I have ever slept this much in my whole life. I don't know if that's from the procedure or the anesthesia. It's not uncommon for me after surgeries to be super sleepy for weeks. I just feel kind of weak all around, but it has only been a week and my body went through a lot. So I'm hoping the weakness will improve on its own. I'm having kind of problems with, especially my right arm, kind of just like lifting it is quite difficult. It just feels weak and my neck feels kind of weak. I think both of these could be due to muscle spasms. Still have quite a lot of muscle spasms, almost constant. You can even see the muscles just kind of doing their thing. My biggest, I guess, fear about that is that it could be due to some of the mini stroke episodes that I was having before surgery. I know when people have a stroke, a lot of times they have pretty profound weakness after, and I know that it is rehabable, but I'm just kind of hoping that goes away on its own and I don't really have to do anything, but we'll see. After my last video, I asked you guys if you like this kind of just talking to the camera vlog style video, and unanimously everyone said, yeah, we do like it. So I'm going to try to commit to filming a bit more of the everyday happenings. I'm still in Maryland. I'm from Boston. We come down to Maryland to see one of my surgeons. Surgery was in Virginia. We're back in Maryland. But tomorrow we are driving back to Virginia to see a TMJ specialist. I have a lot of problems with my jaw. I have for years. I've had some TMJ treatment that didn't really last, and I think it was good for what it was when it was, but with all of these cervical surgeries and fusions, it really changes how everything sits in there. I found that after my first fusion, my skull to C2 fusion, my retainer no longer fit, and my bite guard no longer fit, and in fact it was kind of painful for the muscles. And then the neck brace does quite a number on your jaw. All of your weight just like sits on your jaw in the neck brace, and especially if you just had surgery and it's really weak and you can't really engage those muscles properly, it really hurts, and you have to sleep in it, so you wake up and your jaw's all funky. I also have sleep apnea, and they say it's obstructive sleep apnea, so that because my jaw sits so far back. I do have a small jaw. I don't know if you can see in the profile, but it sits kind of far back, and therefore when I fall asleep, everything kind of gets blocked and collapses, and then I wake up, I'm gasping, I'm not sleeping well. I haven't for years. I tried CPAP machine, and that didn't work for me. I felt like I couldn't breathe out against the pressure, like I was kind of drowning. So the next step would be BiPAP, but we're really hoping that maybe with an oral appliance, we can solve that problem without having to be hooked up to another machine at night. We'll see what happens with that. I'm not sure what he's gonna want to do. We're so far away from home that it's like, he seems to be the specialist in this, and this is the guy that my neurosurgeon sent us to. So we're gonna see him, but like I said, it's so far away that I don't know if I would be able to like continue treatment with him if he decides to do some kind of treatment. It would be kind of crazy to drive 10 hours for every like orthodontist appointment. I'll probably check in with you guys tomorrow morning before my appointment. If not, definitely I'll try to pick up the camera after the appointment and make a little update. Good morning, everybody. Happy Halloween, you guys. We are kissing Maryland goodbye and going back down to Virginia to see a TMJ specialist. I think I'm gonna put on some makeup. I don't usually wear makeup, or at least I don't usually wear a lot of makeup. I just don't really feel the need for it most days, and I don't know if I really love the way it looks on me. But I was reading through all of the like release forms for this doctor today. There was a whole release form all about pictures, about like, can he share the pictures that he takes during his session, during some of his talks, or on his website, or this or that. And I was like, well, I guess I'm a model now. Let me show you this, because this is, shoot, where'd I put it? This is a lifesaver. If you are, well, I mean, the light is horrible in here, but I am genuinely pretty much this pale. If you are as pale as me, this stuff is a lifesaver. I don't know if you can see this. It doesn't want to focus. It's called Manic Panic Dream Tone. It's basically a white foundation, and you just take this and you can mix it with your regular foundation so you can get the right color, which is nice because I always look orange, even in like the lightest shades of foundation. I find I mostly just like am adding a little bit of foundation into this rather than a little bit into the foundation. So yeah, this stuff is pretty good. I got it on Amazon. Okay, so I'm gonna go erase all of the color from my face and then paint it back on. I look exactly the same. Alright, let's go. We made it to Virginia! Woohoo! Time to go see the doctor. Hi guys, so I just got out of my appointment with the TMJ specialist. It was a very interesting appointment, a very long appointment. Let's see, the appointment was at 12:30 and it is now 5 o'clock. Needless to say, he was very thorough, which is very good. I had an MRI disc and the report from some imaging I had done in Boston back at home. When I went in, they took x-rays of my TMJ joint, or TM joint, and then we spoke to a nurse, talked about the different options, and then we got to meet the doctor, and he was really wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Damage in the joint is worse than we had thought. He was really cool. He showed me my x-rays and, showed me the places where I was having problems. My left side is my worst side, and it was very, very clear on my x-rays that I had some pretty severe degeneration. I feel so bad for my poor little jaw joints. it was really bone on bone, and the whole joint space was kind of worn away, where it didn't even look like a ball and socket anymore. The left side looked kind of like a little hockey stick, and like there wasn't even really a socket left. He really wants to start with the most conservative treatment, which is splinting, and he said he's actually had a lot of success with this, so I'm pretty excited about that. I really don't want to have to have any kind of like joint injections or surgery. So I made appointments for every day for the rest of this week to just go back in. He wants to do some more scans and some 3D impressions, as well as they have this really cool technology that they put some, I don't know, it vibrates and it can pick up the sounds that your jaw is making, and it helps them figure out what's going on. It's pretty cool. And then he is going to craft a splint, one for me to wear during the day and one for me to wear during the nighttime. The purpose of the splint would be to reposition my jaw into the position that it should be in and hold it there for a few months, and then hopefully some of the cartilage will begin to regenerate. It's really cool. It's kind of unique to the TMJ joint space, really, that this cartilage that can actually regenerate once it's worn away. Normally in the rest of your body, if you wear away the cartilage in your joints, it doesn't grow back and it doesn't heal. I'm very hopeful about this treatment. He also thinks that wearing the night splint will make a big difference in some of my apnea symptoms, which would be really nice because I don't sleep very well. It's very hard for me to fall asleep, and I wake up choking quite a bit. We had talked about nerve injections for some of the occipital neuralgia, some of that pain that I have that comes up kind of through the neck, down along the back of the head, around kind of in this space and into here. I'm kind of nervous about the idea of that. I don't think that's going to be something that I rush into. I think I've mentioned before, I do have an allergy to local anesthetics, any of the cane family. So far I've had an allergic reaction to. So it makes me really nervous to think my mom is back. We're in a CVS parking lot picking up prescriptions. But it makes me nervous to think about injecting anything right now.
George, I've got it.
Alright, we are off. We have to find a hotel because now we know that we're staying in the area. We weren't
Present. That's what Newsweek is making a special edition about.
Hamilton. That's exciting. That'll be
great
fun
pictures
to read.
and articles, yeah.
Alright. Anyway, we weren't sure if we were going to have to stay in the area. It looks like we'll be staying the rest of the week. We have all of the stuff that we own packed in the car.
Yeah, we can't see out the back.
And so we have to go find a hotel to stay in. And that's what we're going to do now. And then I really need a nap. I think we both do. I'll check in with you guys later. Bye. Good morning, guys, and welcome to day 2 of my TMJ appointments. I think today is mostly just going to be getting more scans, doing more testing, and then making impressions so that we can figure out where they want my bite to be, as well as where they want the jaw joints to be when they put the splint in. I'm having one of those mornings when you just wake up and you're like, oh yeah, today is going to be a bad pain day. I just woke up and my knee was sort of twisted and painful, so if you know EDS, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The mornings can be rough, but it can only get better from here. So yeah, let's just see what happens.
warmth. Some patients don't feel anything. Some patients say they can feel fluids draining. I mean, it's all different. So when I start lasing, if you don't feel anything, it's fine. You may feel something like later on. I'll feel something start to kind of work within those areas where I lasing it. Okay.
Is it safe, like 1 week after a stent right in here?
I don't see why. If anything, Dr. T would probably say go ahead and do it just to kind of help with the healing process.
Okay.
It shouldn't do no.
Alright.
Feels what?
Feels like warm, kind of tingly after.
Good? Good feeling?
Hi guys, we are back at the hotel now after my second day of appointments. I'm definitely in a lot of pain. We had to do some various testing that involved a lot of opening and closing my mouth or moving my jaw. That obviously causes a lot of pain. You will have seen at the end of my appointment, we did do a laser treatment where they target the joints and surrounding ligaments, and it's supposed to encourage healing and regeneration, so that's awesome. I think it helped maybe a little bit with the pain, but maybe not. Maybe I just think it did, but it wasn't bad at all. It just felt warm and kind of tingly. But now I am so exhausted. We hope that we could see a little bit of the area here in Richmond while we were here. And we had planned to maybe go on something called like a canal walk, but we kind of just ended up driving around downtown Richmond because I just didn't have the energy to get out of the car and do anything. But maybe if I take a nap now, we can do something later tonight, or we still have tomorrow, and then I think we're leaving after my appointment on Thursday, so hopefully tomorrow I'll be feeling a bit better and we can try to do something. I'm gonna go take a nap. Bye. So I didn't end up taking a nap. I just couldn't really get comfortable, and then by that time I was like, if I fall asleep now, I'm going to be up all night, and I really want to try to get out and do something tomorrow afternoon. So I've just been sitting out here on our balcony and journaling and just getting some fresh air. It's been nice, and I think I'm going to take a bath. My muscles are really tight, and I want to try to relax them so I can try to get to sleep. Good morning, guys, and welcome to day 3 of my TMJ appointments. We are actually going to go explore Richmond a little bit. I'm so excited to be getting out and doing something. Edgar Allan Poe Museum, here we come. Hello you guys, I am just sitting out on our balcony enjoying the fresh air. The last clips you would have seen were from my appointment this afternoon. Today was the day I was finally fitted with my new splints. So there are two of them. One of them can be worn during the day when you're talking, moving your jaw, various activities, and you really can't see it very much because it just fits down on the bottom teeth in the back, and then it doesn't have anything in the front. It looks like this. You can see that. So this part is all open in the front, so you can't see it in my front teeth. I can still clench my jaw in this one, so this one is to be worn mostly just during the day when I need to be able to use my mouth to talk and stuff. And then this one is kind of the exact opposite of the other one. Instead of fitting on the bottom teeth, this one fits along the top teeth. Instead of being cut away in the front, this one actually only allows me to close in the front, and it looks like this. It's a bit different. It has a piece here in the front. You can see that. That keeps my lower jaw completely from moving back or forwards, and it also keeps my tongue out of the space. This one really locks both my upper and lower jaw together, and it takes up most of the opening space that I have, as well keeping my tongue out of the way, so you really can't talk or open your mouth or function much in this one. So this one is to be worn at night and when I'm kind of just alone, not really doing anything, don't need to talk to anybody. Starting today, I will have to be wearing those 24/7 for probably a few months, and then I'm going to check back in with him. I see him again tomorrow before we leave for final adjustments, but we are planning to leave to go back home to Boston right after that appointment. That'll be really nice. It's been quite a while since we've been home, and a lot of stuff has happened. I miss my family, and I miss my own bed, and I miss my friends. So it'll be good to be back. I think I'm going to just end this vlog here. I'm sorry if it's super long or super boring or whatever, but you guys said you liked vlogs, so here you go. I try to keep you guys updated on my progress with these splints. I'm really hoping this helps a lot with some of my headaches, my jaw pain, and I really hope it allows the cartilage to start healing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe!